Welcome back to the Real News Network. I'm Paul Jay in Washington, D.C., and joining us again from London is Mohammed Junaid. He's a researcher and PhD student studying the Pashtun identity. Thanks for joining us again, Mohammed.
Thank you very much.
So let's conclude with one question. Are the Pashtun nation, broadly speaking, decided now that this is a foreign occupation, the American NATO occupation, that Pashtuns as a whole will fight? Or is it not yet at that point?
It's a bit of a prophecy, but let's look at it from the historical perspective. Pashtuns would simply, think it is an invasion. But additionally, they will think that these people are going to go away. No doubt in that. The America and NATO are going to go away one day. Now, if you add these two elements, it gives a lot of strength to Pashtuns to keep inside their homes and regulate their own tribal societies, their own smaller tribes, sub-tribes. Going weapons hot against America and NATO by all the Pashtuns, it won't happen. It didn't happen actually in the communist time, if you look at it. They lived in their villages, they lived in their cities, and they protected their own parameters. They protected their own culture. But the communists, the Russians gave them a lot of money and a lot of goods, and they were very happy with that. The Pashtuns will take that. But they will simply think, these people are going to go away, but they're going to give us some benefits while they are here. So this is, a typical Pashtun psychology. They will hate America, but because it is not one nation, it's not one whole body which can arise like that. So they can, act very organically like that. If, the American incursions, go too high in the coming 6 months, then there is a chance. If they, start desecrating the Holy Quran, which happened, a few days ago, if they start, killing school children, which happened a week ago, that can create a huge problem, because then, all Pashtuns will come together and they will, forget about their own protecting their own parameter. But as long as, they keep giving benefit to the tribes and, let them live their own culture for some period of time, they will not, go weapons hot, or not all of them. On the other hand, Taliban will keep fighting. It's more like, I can see, it's more like two wings, fighting, two wings, thinking of the same thing. These are our enemies. One wing thinks we have to fight them, and the other wing is thinking, let's live, protecting our own culture.
The Loya Jirgas, when they meet occasionally on a very regional, sometimes even almost national basis, what have the Loya Jirgas been saying now? Who controls the Loya Jirga? And can you explain to us what the Loya Jirga system is?
The Jirga system is, again, one of the most important tenets of Pashtun value, or one of the most important part of Pashtun culture. It is actually a jury of elders, and it is from grassroots. It starts from the village and it goes high and high. It comes to Loya Jirga. Loya Jirga means all the heads of prominent tribes and sub-tribes come together to talk about something. Now, Loya Jirga has a system which is one of the best example of tribal democracy, because everybody is supposed to speak about their own area and their own people, and they will negotiate the terms according to their own benefits. So it is very, very democratic. Now, the problem is, all the neighbors of Afghanistan and the NATO and America are entrusted to have their own benefits. So they manipulate Loya Jirga. I think, all the countries take part in manipulating Loya Jirga. As soon as there is a small hint of manipulating the Jirga, the whole dependence of Jirga is gone. It is no more trust after that. So that's, the whole problem. You cannot, tell Jirga people or force them or, pressurize them to do things or say things. If you do that, the whole truthfulness of it is gone, the whole democracy of it is gone, and the Pashtuns will not, go with it.
Where does the status now? Is there a kind of national Jirga that the Pashtuns respect? And what's its relationship to the Afghan parliament?
Afghan parliament is also, I think, the Jirga thing is coming into it. If you look at it, Mohammed Karzai, proposed a cabinet and, it rejected it. So the Jirga thing is coming into it. In my opinion, is one of the pure form of democracies in the whole world. At this point, as I said, most of the countries are trying to have their own, voices in the Jirga, and that will never work. They have to leave Jirga to its own decisions, where those leaders really represent the tribes and they really talk about the benefits of their own tribes and sub-tribes. And once that happens, you will see, a very different color to Afghanistan. But the problem is, the results are never assured. You never know. It's not a two-party system. It's not even a three-party system. A Jirga is a jury. Everybody will want their own benefits, and everybody will speak according to, their honest opinion, because they have to answer back their small tribes and sub-tribes. In my opinion, it's again warlordism. It's not a Jirga which all the Pashtuns will agree on.
Now, has the Jirgas called for the foreign troops to get out? As far as I understand it, the Afghan parliament has not passed a resolution telling the Americans and NATO to get out. Has the Jirga told the foreigners to get out?
No, I don't think, because the same thing is happening. It is being manipulated in many ways, and if they leave the Jirga to their own statements, well, this is one of the biggest demand that may come, or that will come from the Jirga, to please leave.
Thanks very much for joining us, Mohammed.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for joining us on the Real News Network.